Yo, what's going on? What's going on? This is Redbird, Akichiwa. Yo, shout out to the indigenous Nijis, indigenous Americans, the originals, you know what I'm saying? Yo, big up to y'all. Yo, shout out to all my subscribers, people that support me. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I know it's been a minute since I dropped something, but just been doing me, living life, going through different experiences, working on myself. So today I'm coming at y'all with a video from the magazine Birds and Blooms. And this particular magazine of Birds and Blooms is entitled Hummingbirds. And this whole magazine is all about hummingbirds. This article with this picture of this specific hummingbird is entitled The Mountain Hummingbird. It says under the picture, King of the Hill, male broad-tailed hummingbirds like the one shown here sit on high perches, ready to chase unwelcome visitors away from their territory. The article says, listen and look for broad-tails in their high-elevation homes by Sally Roth. Hummingbirds aren't usually known for the noises they make unless it's the sound of one zooming past you, but broad-tailed hummingbirds are loud visitors. Females keep up a constant vocal twittering, and males add a loud trill for their specialized wing feathers while in flight. Once you learn their sound, you won't forget it, says David Melman, who served as director of the Nature Conservancy Migratory Bird Program. The male broadtail is the most distinctive sounding of all North American hummingbirds, David says. If you live in the mountains of the West or visit the region in summer, you're bound to hear these very common and abundant hummingbirds, maybe even before you see them. Aside from the noise, it is the male's bold throat that first catches attention, not the tail. Adult males sport a showy rose magenta patch on the throat called a gorget. It's a bright contrast to the tail, which is slightly wider and longer than that of most other hummingbirds found in the US and Canada, extending beyond the wingtips when the bird is perched and resting. Both male and female have a green back and crown and a white crest, a white chest. A white chest. Females have rusty sides and white tips on the outer tail feathers. The plentiful nectar of alpine meadow wildflowers draws crowds of broad-tailed hummingbirds to the Rockies, Sierras, Guadalupes, and other ranges spanning from Texas to Montana. Insect and tree sap round out their regular menu of high elevation blooms. Even in the mountain breeding grounds, broad-tailed hummers don't form pair bonds. Females sometimes outnumber males, but with no pair bonds, males may mate with several females. Yeah, that's something I didn't know about hummingbirds. Males tend to perch on high vantage points near feeders, keeping a lookout for other males, while crowds of females and later in the season juveniles swarm the feeders from dawn to dusk. During migration to and from Mexico, broadtail turn up at lower elevations, sometimes even visiting cities. David's home in New Mexico is about a mile above sea level, but broadtails visit only when passing through. If I want to see them in summer, I have to head up to 8,000 or 9,000 feet, he says. Gardeners who live in the mountains in the migration path of broadtails can attract these flyers with the usual suit of hummingbird flowers such as penstemon red hot poker, trumpet, honeysuckle, salvia, and bee balm, all of which add colorful flair to yards. Keep an eye and the ear out for these hummers as they make your backyard a regular stop. Yeah, that's nice. That's dope. And this also says in this article to feed 3 helpful hints for spotting broad tails. Feed a multitude. Hang a few feeders instead of one because these territorial birds come in droves. Expanding east, several types of western hummingbirds, including broadtails, are now showing up in the Gulf states in fall and winter. While no one knows exactly why, David Melman jokes, maybe it's the gumbo. Excuse me. And it also says, favorite native, the red birds in a tree shrub. Zones 4 to 9 attract broad-tailed hummingbirds where it grows wild in the southwest. It produces nectar-filled flowers that look just like little birds. Yeah, so that's a lot of, saying some information about the mountain hummingbird from the book Birds and Blooms. I hope y'all enjoyed this article. And another thing I wanted to point out in this video too as well, I noticed in this particular part of the article it says the red birds. Funny it says that red birds. Yeah. And also, yeah, to the originals, man, appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. And this is just a side note, but today I went to the barber shop earlier this morning, and my homeboy Ace, cut my hair today, one of my spiritual brothers. And we had a conversation, and during the conversation, I remember Ace mentioning to me that he was finding his relatives, like grandmother and his mom, their like information as far as death records, and I think he's also searching for birth certificates and things like that too, because he's tracing back his lineage. Because he actually told me that most of us that are mislabeled, so-called black and so-called African American, are indigenous to America, to North America. And that was real not only interesting to me that he's doing that and finding his lineage, tracing back his lineage through getting records and other information about older people from his generation. Elder people of other generations of his family, of his lineage. But I just thought that was so dope that he said that, because on this journey, I found out about us being indigenous, and then that's when I found out about other people on YouTube who knew about this information as well. So for it to be, it's like it's becoming full circle now, because I'm seeing more and more people waking up to the truth of who we are as a people. The indigenous Niji, aka the Americans, aka the American Indian. It's so good to see that a lot of brothers are waking up to this truth of who we are, and learning that we are the originals of this landmass of America called Turtle Island as well. And I just had to throw that out there to y'all, because I just thought that was so good and so great for me to find out about, one of my homeboys, finding out about his family and finding out the truth about who we are as a people. So I appreciate y'all, and thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the comments on my videos, the love and support, everything. I appreciate y'all, all my subscribers, all the originals who rock with me, who rock with this channel. I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. And this is your boy, Red Bird. Much love to y'all. Salute. 1.